What's going on? I gotta fix that. What the hell? I don't have a tissue or something like that. I got scotch, I got water, I got a cigar, I got a knife. Got something else. But that's about it, you know? I don't know what to do. I gotta fix this thing. That's gonna be blurry all night. I think it's a little better. Is that what it is? Are you here, Richie? Hi. Hi. I'm a white man with a tremendous skull and red face. It is what it is. My name is Richie. Nobody cares. This is going to be a lounge. This is going to be a lounge review, though, which means the only guest is the comment section. So if you hang out, you hang out. If you don't hang out, I could care less. I've had enough of this place. I practically live here. Sacco says the lounge is good for Richie. I don't think so. I feel like it's like community service. It's more of a community disservice. I don't know why I'm here. This place is retarded. I don't like this place. Um, it is what it is. But we're going to review a cigar that was flexed to us by Dream Life. We've been flexing away. I see. Here's the thing. I'm like a fire, and the more wood you put on it, the bigger and hotter the fire gets, baby. And Dream Life sent some great cigars. And so you think, oh, nice to see you. Who's this guy? New guy. Nice to see you. You would think that, hold on a second. Let me just return the favor. You know what I'm saying, though? You think Richie fucking forgets? You know, the Richie in me is the Richie in you. Look, I respect your show. I come on your show. And you disrespect Richie on your show. You disrespect me. You think I'm going to forget the disrespect? I wish that guy the best. It's the best 10 seconds of his day. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, ooh, ooh, ooh. So this is the Gran Republica. I think it's a Toro. It feels like a 6x54. If somebody could give me a size check on their Toros, I think it's a 6x52. Maybe 54, maybe. I think it's more than 52, actually. I did it in the Colorado dry box. Look, just being one day outside of the humidor. In Colorado, look at that. Nice. This cigar was a big deal for the Bolivar brand. Eh, fuck, another new guy. What was it? Newbie night? It was a coupon night. So Bolivar on the general side and on the forged was a old school brand, Cuban brand, but it was marketed as like a high value, quality mid tier brand that was priced really stupid. It's kind of like they priced it like, look, let's get people to like this, to accept it, and then whatever. Or they decided just to pretty much give these cigars away. Or they decided to just expose that most cigars are completely inflated in price for you to perceive that they're better than what they are. All I can tell you is the original Bolivar that just had this picture here from General, the Confrati, a great mid-tier cigar, strong, powerful, um, $6 at a lounge. That's a stupid price at a lounge in this day and age. So now the Grand Republic is coming a little higher, around $9. But so you have to assume they must be obviously better than the Confradia, which it is. But they're because of the way they set up their company plan, uh, the qualities they're giving you a lot for your money. Like a $9 Bolivar might be as good as some other companies, $15, $20 cigars. And that's if you zoom out. That's if you zoom out. If you zoomed in, you'd be like, no, it's only $9. Not every cigar for $9 is $9. Meaning, sometimes you get more for your money. Other times you get not. You're not. But when it comes to General and um, Forged, everything under them, um, you're getting a lot of quality for the money. I can't stress it enough. I'm not gonna say they're your favorite cigars. I'm not gonna say they're the best cigars. That's up to your interpretation. Is what it is, and is what it is. No, Doc's not coming on. I didn't get no emails. I didn't get no email. Is what it is. And I think Anthony P left. I put Anthony P in the dome for 10 seconds and he got offended. Shit, he gave me 5 fucking minutes yesterday. Oh, I see how it is. Anthony P. Now, Anthony P's like, fuck you, Richie. Maybe you haven't heard. I don't shine shoes no more. So today is, bro, it was on site. Anthony, you knew it was on site. But I got to admit, Anthony, you took it like a man. You took it like a man. You took it like the managing wrench that you are. You took it like a man. Yeah, so right now, Richie just dropped his double apple. I just dropped a review, and we're here live reviewing the cigar at the same fucking time. So that way you have to make a decision. Do you want real Richie or do you want past Richie? What do? Well, you hang out with real Richie, and then later on you can watch the old Richie. Because then I can see if you're a real friend or not. If not, if you want to hang out with old Richie and then I'm here right now and you're like, fuck that, I'll watch it later, then I know that you're not reliable. Watch out. So, it is Ecuadorian. Oh, is it Sumatra on the wrapper? It's Ecuadorian something. I think Sumatra. Binder is going to be Brazilian. Interesting choice of those two combos. On the inside, we have BNC, Brazilian, Nicaraguan, and Colombian. So, kind of an odd mix, right? A lot going on. It is what it is. Construction on this is fantastic. You're telling me this at a lounge for $9 for a big Toro in 2023? Online, much cheaper. Online, much cheaper. But you're getting a lot for your money. Make sure I don't do any damage to the cigar. It's not as cold as the other night, but still, it's 40 degrees. I mean, 40 degrees, single cap, 40 degrees is 40 degrees. And first, I want to say happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps. It is November 10th. It is what it is. 1775, right? Well, 75. You motherfuckers. Here's what it is. Yeah. Bunch of devils. Well, I wish them all the best. And tis the season as of tomorrow. Happy Veterans Day to all past, present, and future, and for everyone that didn't make it. Um, you know, I like to joke around about a lot of stuff. There's nothing to joke around about that. Maybe I like to joke around a lot to try to forget. But it is what it is. So here we are. Don't turn around. Finger in me is the finger in you. You know, the way I look at it is like this. If you marry your high school sweetheart, that's like buying the land and building your own house. You could pick out the cupboards, you could pick out the carpets, decide if you want a pool, a second story. You guys can decide that shit together. But if you end up with a woman who's been with other men, it's like a timeshare. Someone else has been there. Somebody else used the kitchen. Somebody else took a shit in that toilet bowl. Hopefully they cleaned it up. Hopefully it hasn't been that many visitors. Airbnb. It is what it is. It is what it is. Soft, gentle heat. Can't stress enough. We're going to get a full review on this. I haven't had it in a while, but I haven't had it in this size. So I'm excited to smoke this blend in this larger size and to see how it hits Richie. It smells very nice, pungently sweet and spicy. Nice. Oh, yeah. That match is broken. Wow. That thing lit right the fuck up. Right off the bat, medium plus, right off the bat, kind of pungent. I can't stress enough, Sako. I can't stress it enough. Oh wait, I fucked up. I thought that. Oh, I thought that I thought you said spider. I thought I set it up for no guest, so I could do the questions. I like the questions, but I hit the wrong button because when I make a live video, it's either guest or no guest, and then without guest, I get more options. I could change the color. I could whatever. So it's fun for Richie to change it up. I hit the wrong button, and now it is what it is. I'm gonna let this warm up a little bit, and by that I mean just let it build up. It's a longer size. Generally, once you go to a Toro cigar, sometimes they might take about a half inch, quarter to a half inch to really get going. To there's a lot of factors behind that, perhaps. And yeah, very smooth off the bat. Off the bat, right now, off the bat, it's only 65% darkness, so it's darker than a Connecticut. Hey, who's this? How's your balls, huh?
Fresh.
I thought you were doing Sacco there.
How about now?
Dude, what would you guys do without this whole community? Like it's kind of like it's got too big for like any person to control. Like like you have the guys hanging out outside. You have your channel, my channel, all the videos. Like yeah, and then the comment like the like yesterday on your channel you put the stop the gouge, and I was like flattered, but also kind of like it's a true. If I say a true statement, or if you said a true statement, it's meant to be shared. Of course, guys tested me off the bat when I said stop the gouge, and and maybe busted my balls, but it stood the test of time. Everyone knows that we're part of the gouge. The gouge in me is the gouge in you. Like it's only a gouge because you'll pay for it. If you had a gas station that was selling $4 gas, and the guy close to you was $3, if nobody went to him, he'd have to lower his price or go out of business. So as long as you have people that don't give a fuck or they're like, oh, whatever, and it is what it is. So, are you trying to stop the couch tonight by smoking 1,000?
Yeah, actually, I just lit this up. It's my second cigar of the night. I smoked this one, this Johnny Tobacco Knot cigar.
How was it?
It's very good.
Okay, so
Different.
most Roman one are not strong. So, what was it like?
Yeah,
What was the profile like, and how heavy in the dark, and how strong was it?
it's like a medium cigar. It's not a dark cigar, but it has like a weird. It's a different cigar. It has like a weird, like burnt orange kind of profile to it. It's something definitely different. I really liked it.
I feel like in the medium strength cigars, if you want, you can really tweak it because you can get notes that you don't normally get. Because once you go full strength, it's like, you know,
Yeah,
it's like a four-piece rock band. That's the reason why loud rock bands have four fucking people in the band, like because you can't hear the guy playing the triangle. You know what I'm saying though? So but on medium strength cigars, you could get more complexity and still hear, or you know what I'm saying though, and taste some crazy notes you wouldn't normally get. Like, it'd be very hard to probably push burnt orange at like full strength, like 90%
yeah.
darkness. You're not gonna take, you know what I'm saying though. So
Especially like dark Nicaraguan cigars. You
yeah,
know.
no, no, you can't. It's once you go full AJ, you get what I'm saying though. It's kind of like you see in the cop movies. Once the first cop shoots his gun, then everyone starts shooting the gun, and it doesn't matter at that point. Like what I'm saying, it's it was a firefight. So, what would you recommend? Car? Was it a piece of shit? Give it
I would definitely recommend it. It's not expensive either.
how much?
I think they go for like $11 online, something
Hmm.
like that. So it's definitely something different to try for a good price. I really enjoyed it. I'll definitely get more. It's something different. He definitely blended it to be, to stand out as something different.
Yeah. What you were talking
Yeah.
about the other day on your channel, um, I believe it's true a lot because when you smoke a cigar for the first time, or even only the second time, right? Like because we take it for granted. Let's say cigars like Padron 64, 26, or David of Nicaragua. It's like cigars that have been around. You've had so many times. When it comes to new stuff, it's almost tough to make an immediate decision, unless if you just absolutely love it. But as far as if you're not sure, like if you love, like off the bat, when you have a try cigar the first time, like when the first time I had, let's say, um, a rare pink, I was like, I love it. But cigars you're not sure on, maybe it takes a little time to see how you feel. And not even that day. Maybe a week later, you're like, you know what, it wasn't that bad, or it was better than I thought. You know what I'm saying? Though sometimes with cigars you're not sure, you got to almost like what's the word? Like in court when they take a break. You know what I'm saying? No, a
Yeah.
recess. Sometimes in cigars, certain cigars you can't automatically say you hate it or love it.
It's like that with everything, though. It's when something is new to you. It's hard to sometimes it's hard to figure out what you're experiencing right away. So I would never
Yeah,
really condemn a cigar after one try.
unless it's a complete piece of shit. I mean,
Yeah, I
sometimes.
haven't had too many of those.
Well, I do with all my research. I mean, dude, there was that one, the flavored Honduran one by CLE, the Midnight Oil. That was a complete. Dude, I would if you were out of cigars like Richie. I wouldn't give it to you. I'm like, no, I'd rather die. Take my word for it. Like, it was such dog shit. But yeah, I mean, amongst mid tier and up for the most part, doesn't mean most things are at least generally good or they could be enjoyed. This is what I was thinking about before. Guys that mostly smoke mid tiers will really enjoy also high end, especially maybe once in a while maybe they can't afford it or they choose not to afford it, whatever. But guys that let's say only smoke high end, well, for different reasons, may never enjoy mid tier because maybe it's beneath them, or maybe it's a cigar snobbery, which is the same thing, or maybe they're just like I don't know. You know what I'm saying though? Or maybe it's social pressure. Like imagine like if you're out with your golf buddies and everyone's smoking Padron, like most guys aren't going to pull out like a CAO because they're like maybe get laughed at. But what's wrong with you? Get what I'm saying though. So my point is, if you are enjoy mid tiers, I'm saying you're missing out if you don't enjoy mid tiers. That's all I'm saying. Just cut them off like they're nothing is a huge loss to your palate. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I smoke a lot of mid tier, and for me, trying all different stuff is really where it's at for me. The variety keeps it interesting.
Yeah,
Keeps it fresh.
yeah,
That's what I like to do. There's so many to try.
yeah.
You know.
Well, it's funny. We become so civilized that we have things in tiers. Do you think when fucking Christopher Columbus came to America and then Native Americans are like growing up leaves? He's like, wait, is this mid tier or entry level? Like, say we've come so far to we corporate everything and we tier it by price. Now, of course, generally things should get better as you go up in price. There's so much play in that and gouge and everything else. Like when you anything General makes, you get so much for your money at least. I'm not gonna say if your favorite or not favorite or best cigars. I don't care about that. I'm just saying pound like by the pound. Whether you're smoking Partagas or Cohiba or Macanudo, you get a lot for your money and you're not getting ripped off. At least those are the good standards of like what the minimum you should get that price. Because
Yeah.
you get another cigar for the same price and it's less, and you're like, what are you doing? Your boutique and your $12 cigar sucks, and I can smoke a Macanudo for $8 and have a great time. So I don't know. That's how I feel about that. I feel like mid tier general stuff gets shit on, and but what's wrong with them? They're reliable. I love to see how you got to love the Partagas. Partagas is such a fun brand, man. There's a lot of good flavor there.
Yeah, Partagas. On both sides, New World, Old World.
Oh, of
It's just a
course.
great brand. It's a classic. It's a classic brand.
Yeah,
And the new one they released, the Valverde. It's a really nice new cigar.
yeah,
So
and cheap. The Valley Verde. You think about it by today's standard. You know what I'm saying? Though? You're talking about
yeah,
what, like
I what's that?
$10?
Yeah, yeah.
you can't even go to McDonald's for 10. You know what I'm saying? Though? Like you can't even get a happy meal for $10 anymore, but you can get a Partagas. You know, I never seen someone smoke like that, man. It's pretty cool.
I invented it today.
Man, that's impressive. Wouldn't it be great if Richie got hit in the head and he had amnesia, and then you guys and I came on the channel, like you just everything you said, you guys all invented it, and I'm like, wow, it's camping. Like I had no idea.
Richie, did you wash your balls? I did.
I,
How was the soap you used? It was great quality. It is what it is. You're right.
Richie, are you strapped? I'm like, I am. Oh my god, how did you know? This is great. Great. The Partagas Thousand series, I think that I found a newfound love for it in the sense that understanding it's a great reset cigar. It's a great secondary if you want to plow through whatever you smoked. If you're like, I'm just gonna have another cigar, it's not gonna break the bank, and it's gonna be rough enough to plow through, and you're still gonna enjoy the flavor. It's gonna be more rougher flavor, but that roughness gives it. If you smoked, say, a strong first cigar, that that Padron on the second one, the 1,000, 2,000, you can still taste it. You know what I'm saying? Though
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening with this, and that's why I chose the nice Maduro after that cigar, because I knew it would just be a Padron. It would be perfect right after that, and it is. You know.
yeah, yeah. Whereas after that cigar, you might not want to waste the 26. At 26, I want to smoke first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
really takes the chaser, like oh, let me smoke whatever. Now, unless I've done like high end shades, like Davidoff, and then went to a 26, but that was doing a high. So you keep both high end, and that high end shade, the Davidoff, is not going to get in the way of the Padron afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Though, so
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
but I wouldn't go from like AJ anything, and they go, no, let's smoke a Padron 26. Why did you do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a
Mild Dominican to a strong Nicaraguan is a
but
good combination.
like you don't want to smoke a low end and then go Patron 26. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like whether it's Monte Cristo or Davidoff, if you have one of those and then Patron 26 or 64, you could do that too. I wouldn't necessarily go for like a strong sun grown and then to a Patron 26. That'd be weird. I don't. To me, sun grown stick with sun growns. I don't. Once you have a sun grown, I don't necessarily unless you have another sun grown. I don't necessarily go from like a sun grown to Maduro. How do you feel about that?
I don't really think about it too much, to be honest, and I don't really smoke back to back cigars too often anymore. You know, but I won't smoke something real high end after something like back to back typically, without having some time in between anyway,
Yeah, it generally not that I don't smoke cigars a lot often, but I do even if they're spaced out. If it was made back to back, I'd go high end first, and then whatever the choice at the lower end. Um, but I wouldn't try to mix like a high end strong cigar and then go to a low end weak cigar. So that would be weird too. Like that would just be let down. You know, yeah, either way. So it is what it is. But
Oh,
this Bolivar is smoking nice. I'm going to say it right now. I preferred it in the smaller size. But I'm only this far in though, and that's maybe I need to give a little time. I think when you have a cigar, I think the first one I had was small, maybe Robusto or maybe smaller, like 4.5 by 50. I forget the size of it. It wasn't big, so it was more concentrated. So maybe I'm just gonna give this a little time to. Right now it seems more creamy and nutty, and the little black pepper spice and kind of dry cedar, and that's about it. So it's not phenomenal off the bat, but it seems good. But I want to give him more time because it's still kind of early. But if it's going this route, the smaller size is better. Not every cigar is great in all three sizes. It can't. You know, what's your choice in the 1,000 series? If you're smoking Maduro,
I really like the Churchill size. So it's not a number size. It's called Churchill. That's really nice. Not too thick. Good length. I was actually shopping around. I was looking for the Padron Magnum. It's like 9 inches by 54 or something like that. I couldn't
Huh?
find. It was sold out. It was sold out everywhere.
Hold on.
Just to try those again. It's a really nice long cigar, but the 5,000 is a good size. Oh, the Duas, nice. Cheers.
Yeah, in honor of the Marine Corps birthday, I'm drinking out the bottle.
Yes, happy birthday to the Marines. That's awesome.
Is what it is. Had a nice day. We went out for early barbecue lunch out in like a trendy area, like it was called Louisville. It's like everyone like parks and walks around. They have a bunch of like restaurants, outdoor restaurants, bars. Like you could like bar hop. It's like picture a neighborhood, but like picture like they made like a lot of the houses like bars and restaurants. So it's kind of
That's
cool.
nice. Sounds
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
like you just walk from one place to the next. And if you think about Colorado, even in the wintertime during the day, it was 41 degrees. I was sweating my ball. If you're outside the whole mile high, we're not 90 million miles from the sun. But the mile difference, when you're out in the sun, it doesn't matter if it's your time, you're dying. People wearing shorts and flip flops at 40 degrees. If you're in the sun during the day, but the moment the sun goes away, oh my God, then you
That's it.
you get the reality. So it's like, whereas in New York, if it's 40, it's 40. You're not like, oh yeah, put my shorts on. So Colorado, if the sun is out, you could do anything in the sun. I don't care if it's 0 degrees. It's not cold in the sun. But the moment that sun goes away, you're gonna die. It's a weird extreme, I guess.
I spent the day power washing my fucking backyard, so that was fun.
Rent one or you buy one?
I have one. I bought one. Yeah, I bought it a couple years ago.
Yeah, sounds
Oh,
fine.
it's very satisfying using that power washer. How it cleans things so nicely. But after a while, you just fucking I was frozen because it wasn't nice here today. It was like 50, cloudy. So after a while, my sneakers was soaked. I was just like, enough of this shit.
Yeah. If you could use the power wash on your life, what would you wash?
Oh god, there's a lot of things in my neighborhood I'd like to wash away.
you notice how I
You
took.
know,
You notice how I took what you were talking about, made it deep. Yeah.
when Travis Bickle says, "One day a real rain will come and wash all the scum off the streets."
That's the truth. Yeah, wash away all the scum. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's things I'd wash away in my life too, but for legal reasons, we're not going to talk about these. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to make that statement.
So I haven't gotten around to that Bolivar yet. I smoked the Confraria a bunch of times, but not that one.
No, this is better than Confradia.
Yeah.
Confradia is more bold, but more raw. Um, it's just smoother, more creamy. But I'm telling you, it's richer and spicier and more size. But then again, let's build up. But still, I prefer to the small size. But that we already kind of know about my palate. If I could have two cigars, I always generally prefer small cigars for more intensity. But I'm just going to smoke this, and we'll give it the review on how it affects the blend. Though.
There goes the ash.
Right there, it picked up heavy medium plus. Black pepper spice is getting stronger. I thought the cigar would have been a little darker though, because it has Brazilian in the foot and Brazilian on the binder. So I really thought that Brazilian funkiness, dark tobacco, would have made the profile darker than what it is. But I think it's an Ecuadorian Sumatra. I think. Um, Really odd. Think about it: Colombian, Nicaraguan, and uh, Brazilian in the filler, and then Brazilian in the binder, and then Ecuadorian Sumatra. I've never heard a blend using that concept. Have you?
No. So you gotta smoke that Matapa cigar, man, when you get a chance. Holy shit. Really good.
I'm gonna look
Really
for.
good. Yeah.
that's another Asian man. You got to give him credit where credit's due. He, he with Foundation cigars, they're on fire. Every time another cigar, man, it just gets better and better. Like it's never like the Tabernacle made them legit. Foundation made Tabernacle, and then they had the Tabernacle Havana seed. Um, then they had the David Goliath, and then the fucking Olmec, and then now this. Like so, like think about that. Like, picture if you were an actor and every release was a movie. If you make four good movies in a row, you're doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? No, so they haven't made one like that. Now, of course, the Upsetters was bullshit, but that wasn't. They were trying to go after the infused category and using Jamaican couch on tobacco. That was one of the biggest pieces of shit cigars I ever had in my life, and I paid full price. And that's my fault. I should have known better. Like I should have known better. Like when I looked at it, I looked it up. I'm like, hey, couch tobacco. I should have like, don't ever buy that cigar. Like don't ever. I've never seen that cigar again. Have you? In a lounge? The Upsetters.
No, I never even heard of that cigar. I don't have too much experience with the brand, so I've had some of the Tabernacle stuff. Obviously, I've had the Olmec, but I gotta take a little deeper dive into all those Tabernacle cigars and all
With the David Goliath. They made like two versions, and I think they were more figurados, but it's kind of like they're offshoot of the Tabernacle, but they did treat the blend with a little bit of priming stronger. It was great. Like those were great, and they're smaller, but they cost more money. So, but they sold out quick, and they were really cool boxes. I think they had like David Goliath on it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I really like their bands, and I like their themes, like the Guineas and whatever that is, the El Guineas, whatever the fuck. No matter what they make, it's unique. Their band's unique. The names are unique. You know, I think as a brand, Foundation is. I think it's come a long way, and I don't see them stopping. I don't think he's a young guy. Like imagine Foundation in 10 more years, he could be the next like My Father brand. You know,
yeah, they really look like they're on their way for sure.
right there, it picked up medium full. Uh, but it's medium full, but it's more creamy. Black pepper spice here. It's quite nice, quite smooth. But I thought I remember the cigar differently. So it's amazing how you change the size. Really can change. Sometimes you change the size, it just makes it weaker or stronger. Other times, like it changes the whole fucking thing. Have you ever had that in a cigar where you loved it or didn't like it, or either way, and then you change the size like drastically, like from let's say Rothschild to Toro, or either way?
I can't really think of anything like that.
No. Well, you probably when you smoke a cigar, you probably find a size you like and you stick with it, right?
Yeah, typically, like I don't really smoke like I don't even really like to smoke Robustos, to be honest, you know. So it's like I don't
That's
really buy too many Robusto.
I've done so much content that even against my will, I go all I smoke cigars I wouldn't normally smoke, and then I go up and down from Gordo or 7x70 down to fucking
Yeah,
Brillos. So
yeah,
it's a good way to kind of like accordion test the different sizes. Um, I'll say this: no matter what, when it comes to Padron, you know they're good in any size. Of course, you could like them either way. Weaker or stronger. Go smaller or bigger. But Padron doesn't make any bad cigars. Even the Damaso's not a bad cigar. It's not what they're known for in Connecticut. But like that's pretty 100%. They're all good quality construction. They all work, and there's no bad Padron. There's no like the 85 suck, but the 90 is great. Like
yeah.
you like the
No,
pro for you, but most Padron. Listen, if you like one Padron, you like every Padron. I mean, the difference is they just push it harder or less harder. Like it's not like the Padron is 26 and you hate the 64. How could you fucking not like them both? You know. So Padron is pretty much as far as their batting average. It's like almost 1,000%. Like it's. Am I right or wrong on that? I mean, like it's not like if I came over your house and I brought over a 64 or 26 or a family reserve. Either way, you're like, oh, it's gonna be a good night. We're gonna smoke a good stick tonight. Like,
oh yeah, yeah.
like so.
Anytime you want to pull out a 64 or 26 or a family reserve, it's like it's party time, for sure.
It's almost like Patron, they could rename their whole brand called Guarantee. It's a guarantee. If you want a strong cigar and guarantee it works, guarantee you're gonna have a good time. And I've been Patron now, and I didn't get sick the next day. That's something too. You can smoke two Padrones, and you'll be tired, but like you're not gonna get sick the next day, like because it's such good quality tobacco. So yeah, forget about the price. I'm just saying it's hard to be Padron in that area. Now for Hemingway, from Hemingway up, I love them all. And from Hemingway up, to me the size doesn't matter either. As far as like they're all good. Now of course I have ones I prefer, but even with the ones I don't prefer, they're all good. It's not like if you had a Hemingway signature Corona short story or the signature, you're gonna like, oh I hate this one, I love that one. They're all good. Like
Yeah, I
you
can't
fuck
see
with
that.
Hemingways?
Yeah. What's that?
You fuck with the Hemingways?
I love the Hemingways. Yeah, absolutely. It's a classic cigar. Like you said, you can't go wrong with any of them.
It's almost like, but the longer I live and the more cigars come out, sometimes the more I turn around, I'm like, what if the best is already made? You know, like there's, there's more good cigars in the future. You know, I mean, then some of the new stuff out is good, but then will it stand the test of time? That's the whole other thing. But, no. We're having like PG level like deep talks here. I don't know what's going to happen.
So you smoking that fucking fake bullshit, not Cuban Bolivar again? Like you gotta give a review like
Yeah,
anybody who really cares. It's got a what does the other band say on it? It's a what?
Gran Republica.
Oh, Gran Republica. Wow.
Gonna change the tone right now. Yeah,
Simon Bolivar is probably turning in his grave. Saying, what is that shit? It's made out of what?
that's bullshit, man. Because the people that own Bolivars, what was their names? The Fuentes. Well, maybe not Cifuentes, but the people that owned the Bolivar brand in Cuba, they escaped. The communism came. They sold it. They sold the brand or whoever, and then General bought it. The point is, like, so it's not like it wasn't like stolen.
Yeah.
It's what it is. You know? Like if you sold your house to the next person, you got your money. Like you can't say, "Oh, they stole my." Hey, you got paid. You know? I'm sure when they sold the Bolivar rights, they made money.
We get no comments here, huh? Where the fuck is everybody?
I don't know. Uncle Larry Sacco. It kind of, now now where Richie goes to. Sometimes the comment section, you know what? Fuck everyone. Sometimes that's what it's easier for me just to do reviews too, you know. But I don't worry about it. It is what it is. Nobody cares. Maybe everyone's drunk. I'm getting perfect instruction on this, but you got plans for the weekend?
Yeah, we're going to Jersey tomorrow. Let's do some shopping with the kids and probably go out to eat somewhere. Nothing crazy.
Nice day though. Nice day.
Yeah, it'll be a fun day.
Yeah,
Go for a nice ride.
that sounds good. Um, it's funny you said Jersey. I was just watching the movie Copland, with Stallone and De Niro and Ray Liotta and Harvey Keitel. And it's the first time I realized watching them. I highly recommend it. It's on Netflix. Watching that movie because first of all, it was nice seeing Stallone in like a darker role where he's like a dirty cop and he's surrounded by worse dirty cops, but he's friends with them all. And he's not like a winner in this movie. He's not Rambo. He's not Rocky. Like he's like a half deaf cop. Like that's you don't say like he's like the mockery of the town. Like he's like a loser. Like doesn't have a girlfriend. So it really imagine being Stallone in the late '90s to play a role like that. That's hard to play because oh my god, late '90s Stallone's worth like $500 million. Like he literally had Fuente make a cigar for him. You know what I'm saying? So, and they're like, we need you to play a role where you're a loser. He's like, what? I'm fucking somebody. you know. So it really was a great role. And literally the entire cast of Sopranos was in that movie. I didn't realize. Literally the entire fucking cast, like 20 different people in the movie that 2 years later, Sopranos came out, or in that movie, and the movie's in New Jersey. So like, I don't know how the fuck that happened, but like literally, like watch that movie again and look at every little kid, even at the bar. The guy that owns Vesuvio, the cook, the bald guy, the cook. He was at the bar. He didn't say anything, but like he was there. Phil Leotardo was in it. There was just a picture of what's his name, Paulie Walnuts, but they used his picture like a FBI sting of a mob boss. Uh, the Tony's girlfriend who kills herself in the Mercedes dealership is in the movie. Um, the guy from season 6 who stabbed Fat Dom in the hangout, they stabbed him with a butcher knife. I don't know if you remember that scene. Anyways, he was in that movie.
No.
Uh, I'm talking about, bro. I couldn't believe it's almost like the entire cast of Sopranos was in that movie, and then they made it to Sopranos. Like that was, and then you got Robert De Niro in it, so it was really good. You never seen Copland?
I don't watch. I don't. It's a weird thing. I don't watch movies at all. Like I haven't watched a movie in fucking years. It's just
Are you serious?
I don't watch TV really at all. I don't watch any movies. I can't do it. Just they fucking annoy me. It's really a fuck. It's like I'm the only person I know who doesn't. I don't watch any. I haven't seen a movie in years.
No,
Fucking years.
I don't like regular TV. I'm not at all, but like once or twice a week, I like to put on a good movie at night. You know, I
No,
don't like to watch.
no. It's
That's
fucking strange.
Uncle Larry said flex. See, that's a flex, right? He's
Yeah,
like
I can't watch a movie. It's
he's
fucking.
like,
I
I don't
just
know.
can't.
I've never seen a movie before.
It's funny. I used to go to my friend's house. He knows I can't watch movies, so he says I'm gonna put this movie on. And what he would do is he would put it on, start fast forwarding, and like show me only all the good parts because he knows like I'd be like, come on, I can't sit through this fucking movie. Doesn't matter what it is. They're like the Avengers and all these fucking movies.
Can't
So
watch those.
he it was great because he would show me a movie and explain to me what's happening, and we'd watch the movie in like a half hour.
Wow. So it is what it is. So yeah, I guess. So I guess you're not. I guess you're not the kind of guy that reads Playboy for the articles, right?
The last movie I saw in the movies, I think it was it was Mario Bros with the kids, but was Wolf of Wall Street. I saw with my wife. When that's a long time ago now.
Like
That
10
was
years.
a good movie,
Yeah, yeah. You
but
know
that
what?
was the last one.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, live your life. I mean, do what you want to do, my friend.
yeah.
God bless.
It's a
But
fucking weird thing. Yeah.
no, not making fun, dude. I mean, like, I think everyone probably needs to watch less TV. Me, I mean, I don't watch regular TV. I like to watch a movie or two a week. Like old.
Like I've seen a lot of old movies, but at some point, years ago, I just like I can't watch movies anymore. I can't do it.
Just quit. You quit.
I quit. Cold turkey. Cold turkey.
So yeah, I guess that was it. Wolf of Wall Street. You're like, I'm good.
It's funny, like Wolf of Wall Street, like some of the fucked up parts, they do all the cocaine. He's like crawling on the floor. I'm the only one in the theater. I'm laughing hysterically, but like everybody else is quiet. I'm fucking laughing out. My wife's hitting me. I was fucking peeing my pants. He's crashing the helicopter. I was fucking crying. That was a great movie.
He crashed the Lamborghini. That was in Long Island golf course. I forget what town, but I was at the town for sure. I don't know if that was in Mutton Town or in that area.
I like stupid movies. Like one of my favorite movies is Piranha 3DD. Did you ever see that? That's a great film. That's a great film. That's one of my favorites of all time. Piranha 3DDD.
Hi, my name is Anthony, and I like Cuban cigars, fine watches, and Piranha 3D. Like what? See, we found something new about you tonight. Richie was digging. I found
Yeah, I like stupid movies like Talladega Nights was hilarious. That's a good movie. I like the Blades of Glory movie. Did you ever see that one? It's fucking
something
hilarious.
about that movie because it's not appropriate for this day and
Oh
age.
man,
Everything in that movie is offensive. So
Yeah, that's a great film.
What about like every scene in that movie? They couldn't make that movie today. They couldn't. You know what I'm saying? But obviously back then, people knew it was a comedy. It was tongue in cheek, and they were making things that were serious in the world. But like, hey, can we at least we can at least together we could laugh and realize we could get along. You know what I'm saying? Though, almost like what's that TV show? He's kind of like a racist guy smoking cigars. All in the family. What?
Yeah.
Oh, you remember that show from the '70s? All in the
Oh,
Family.
Archie Bunker. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But if you watch the show, like even though he comes off as like a raunchy, like guy by today's standards, I don't know. Like if everyone can enjoy the show and at least laugh about the world the way it is, and so that's a start to getting along. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Because at least you can unify. Hey, we can laugh about these things. Then maybe we can get along and not and not be so afraid of each other. You know what I'm saying? Of just differences.
On
So
a more serious note, another favorite movie of mine is like I forget if it's Jaws 3 or Jaws 4, but the shark follows the mother to like the Bahamas to try to kill her. I think it was like a child of the shark that got killed in one or two. And once I found out that the shark follows her to the Bahamas, dude, I was all in. I was fucking all in.
S like I don't bake that drugs. I got, but she doesn't wash her ass. He's like the fin comes out. He's like, oh yeah, I can smell that ass. Then imagine he didn't
That
want to
shark
eat.
found her.
Imagine he didn't want to eat her because her ass smells so bad. He just pops up. He's like, wash your ass, bitch. And like he goes back in the water. Like like he literally throws like quality soap at her. He's like, you fucking nasty bitch. I don't know. I mean, gotta be fresh. Gotta be, it is what it is. I bought more quality soap today too, man. I can't stress it enough. Quality soap is the way to go. It is what it
You
is.
know, those quality soap bars last a long time too. You really get your money's worth.
Oh yeah, I have a collection. So like,
Yeah.
got good stuff, man. I like Dr. Squatch. I like the San Francisco Soap Company. It's a really good higher end soaps. Uh, you ever seen the store? I recommend them. They're really nice stuff. There's another one too I like. It's like made by like Burt's Bees, but it's like a honey soap. Literally, like your
Mm.
balls are gonna smell like fucking like honey. You know what I'm saying? It's like fresh. You know what I'm saying? But don't go in the woods though. Some bear's gonna want to like eat your balls. He's like, "You got honey in your pocket?" You're like, "No, no, no, no. You got honey in there, right?"
Man found in the woods, no balls.
He's no, no, no. He's just the guy. He doesn't even kill the guy. He just licks his balls for an hour. Everyone's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Nice, nice." It's like, yeah, you couldn't go back in society. After that, they just became lovers and they just like they hold hands. They're like, uh, hey, how about that topic? Who was it yesterday? Was it Josh? That news story on New Jersey? What the fuck was that with the janitor? Did you read that story?
I don't really pay attention to anything for the most part, and like when people put up videos and that kind of stuff.
Uh,
Like I get that shit all day. I'm just like,
okay, so you don't appreciate
it's
it.
like the not watching movies thing. It's kind of like tied to that.
I gotta drop the ash. Hold on, my ash is totally cracked. I'm
Oh
gonna
wow, yeah.
bust it out. Time to drop. So about the story, the New Jersey janitor. I don't know how they caught him, but somehow was pissing on the food that was going to third graders. He was jerking off on the food. He was wiping the bread and anything else between his ass and private parts and putting it back, and the kids were eating the food. So this guy was doing terrible things. The question is, how long was he doing this? And it said he was having
That's
sex
fucking sick.
with the burritos and everything. Dude, this guy needs to get the death penalty. A public, like, well, like the old cowboy times. They say with the wooden deck and everything. Like that guy, the sheriff needs to bring him out for like death penalty. Dude, how the hell you put bread up your ass and you serve it to kids as a janitor? What the fuck? Is that the most disgusting story? That's disgusting, man.
That's fucking really sick, man. That's really sick. That's really fucking sick. Yeah,
Wait,
death.
after this, they're gonna have to ask questions like for the next chat. Like, we just gotta ask you: do you put?
Holy shit.
They have to have a new training policy. You know what I'm saying? Though, don't clean the kitchen. Stay out of the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? How did nobody notice the janitor was going in the kitchen? Why is the janitor in the
It's too much. That's why I don't read these stories.
kitchen? All right,
It's
so
too
we won't.
much.
I won't cover stories. There you go. Dream life.
What's
What's
up, Dream Life? What's going on, buddy? Yes, I got a nice package in the mail from a friend of mine. He sent me a bunch of cigars. I think I posted in the chat. He sent me a bunch of T52s. What else did he send? That box pressed Liga,
yeah.
and he sent me a rare pink and Opus Oscuro. So I'm looking forward to the rare pink. I never had one yet.
How do you know this
What's that?
guy?
Just through the. He's really one of my watch friends, but he also smokes cigars. So we're like
That's a major
in
flex.
a yeah, it's in the we're like all in a WhatsApp group. It's like a watch WhatsApp group with like there's probably like 100 people in it, and then there's like an offshoot of the guys who smoke cigars started a WhatsApp cigar group.
Yeah.
So it's nice. Everybody's showing what they smoke. Everybody's sharing cigars. It's nice.
That's a major flex.
Yeah.
You're going to smoke them all like in the same week to like compare them, or you're going to space them out? How do you want to plan it?
I'm gonna space them out. I know next week we're gonna smoke in the lounge. We're gonna smoke with the guys. We're gonna do Atabay, and then we might actually do a T52 lounge also. So looks like that's what's gonna happen next week.
That sounds good. Have you
Yeah.
tried the 99? What is it called? The H99? The new one.
No.
So you have the Liga number 9,
Yeah.
T52. Then they made a new one, the Clara. Or is that the H99? I'm not sure what kind of no. You haven't tried that one yet?
I've only had the Liga, the number 9. I've only had that one.
I got to admit, I saw it in the store the other day, and it was actually only $20, which is pretty reasonable for a Toro, right? That was actually that store normally rips you off, and I couldn't believe they had Liga number 9 $20. The new one, the H. I think it's called 9. But I got it on this batch. They look like LFD, like really thick, like medium brown wrappers, but really thick. Like, I couldn't believe like how like impressive the wrappers looked on that cigar. Um, I almost want to try it though. I have to go back and buy one to review. I haven't had that cigar. I only had that cigar, and I bought what is it a pequeño size? It's really
Yeah.
not such a cigar. I need to try the full size.
The Liga on the secondary band says the box press one says it was only available at the Drew Estate Lounge. So that should be interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Only at the lounge, or is that like some lounges that are like high end stores? I've never seen a box.
Yeah, box press. It said only exclusive to Drew Estate Lounge. So I guess you have to be in his. I don't know where it is, but
I don't know. I mean, you ever think those cigars end up sold on the internet too, though? Like the lounge. I mean, eventually all cigars end up getting sold on the internet, or
yeah, for the most part, yeah, it's true.
yeah,
What else I have? I have the Florida Sungrown. I gotta try the La Gloria that Jeremy didn't like. I gotta try that one.
I
I
got
got
to
a
admit,
bunch of new stuff to try.
the company as a whole, in the whole general lineup, if there was one brand that for me I would say is my least favorite, is La Gloria, because I want to like the brand. I used to love that brand, and they did change after EP Carrillo. And I'm not saying it's because General took it over, or whatever, but I think they just made it more of like a value. They lowered the price, like the prices. So you could get like a Spanish press cigar, like cheap, even at a lounge. You see like new, like or like the EP Carrillo Esteli, the Nicaraguan one. I remember it was like $6. I'm like, okay, so did they lower the tier of this brand? Like, so, and it wasn't that good. So Um, I don't know what they're doing with that brand. That's
Well, on the Cuban side, it's like one of the most highly sought after cigars people go crazy for. Especially you have the old Medaglia d'Oro #2. Like that's like a mythical cigar. People go crazy for La Gloria on the Cuban side.
I've never even seen. I don't think I've ever even seen it. I never even.
Yeah,
I'm not saying a lot
because
of. Back in the day,
they only they only released like there was only a few Vitolas, and I think they discontinued the #2 actually. So you rarely see them. But now they release a bunch of La Gloria Cuban in regionals. They keep releasing different regionals. People go ape shit for them.
and then you got to pay out your ass.
You're gonna pay out your ass, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have that cigar. I have a Medaglia d'Oro #2, La Gloria. A friend of mine gave it to me years ago. I have a it has a band that says the date, but I don't remember. I have to bust it out one night and show you guys. That's like the most highly sought after cigar. Crazy prices.
Yeah, my plan for the new year, or like maybe after sometime in, you know, what I'm saying, no, I'm gonna give you a call and say, hey, for what? Give me some of your Cuban cigars, like what the value worth. I want to review. What? It doesn't have to be. So what? If I gave you $100, what mid-tier Cuban cigars would you put in there? You know what I'm saying? So, and what are their ballpark prices? Like a
Yeah,
Romeo.
see, yeah, like Romeo White Churchill, short Churchills are good. Like I think you should try some Bolivar, like the but you've had a bunch of these cigars. I don't know if you've reviewed them, but I know you've had a lot
You
of
know,
these cigars.
they're probably the old reviews. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, have like a Cuban week where whatever, like 4 or 5. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I don't know even the mid-tier cost. Is everything $20 with Cuban, or you get stuff for like
Pretty much Robusto size is $20 or more. 23 is usually the right around where you see them. Like a Partagas D4 is 23 bucks typically now. Ramon Iones, kind of the same thing, maybe a buck or two less. Um, Bolivar Royal Corona is really good. Bellicoso Finos is really good.
um,
There's a lot to try, like
I like Open Eagle. Do you like them or not?
I've never had one, and it's funny because when they first came out, people hated them. People were like, it's like a lighter bullshit Monte Cristo. That was the reputation. They were dirt cheap when nobody wanted them. You couldn't sell them, and now I guess with the prices going up, it's like okay, well, I guess we have to smoke these now, because Monty #2 is fucking doubled in price. Edmundo, double Edmundo. The prices went crazy. So the Eagle, the open line definitely picked up.
Yeah, Dream Life was talking about the farm rolls. Um, would you
You got
put
to
them?
try the farmers we're getting.
Would you put them with mid tier, or are they lower than mid tier, or like where would you put them in? Like, is it equivalent to like a or equivalent to like what's another brand? Ramon and Lones, like saying there was an equivalent to that.
I think they're just as good as most of the regular release Cubans. To be honest, um, and the price is much better too. You're looking at like 13, 14 bucks a stick. I mean, you can't fucking beat it.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. So we got to get you some of those, Richie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, come the new year, you know what I'm saying though. After my trip to New York with my daughter after Christmas, you know what I'm saying. I'll put some money aside and say, hey, whatever this is, give me whatever you could, whatever Cubans with this money, and then I want to have like a Cuban week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Maybe
that'd be nice.
kind of like for 2023. Like for January, the new year.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready, let me know. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it now. I have enough cigars, and we'll plan it for for the new year. You know what I'm saying. So,
Actually, I'm trying to get. I spoke to a friend today. We're trying to get some Cuban tobacco brought in and have a new creation, the Siglo Saco. is going
I
to be a newest creation.
have a girl. Why waste it? And I don't waste it because it's. I think all tobacco is precious. But by spacing it out, I'd rather have, let's say, five different cigars or five cigars with a mix of tobacco than one Cuban Puro. You know what I'm saying? Though, because how often do you get? When's the last time you had a mixed filler Cuban, Nicaraguan, Dominican cigar?
I think it's never.
And there you go. And so there you go. The only possibility right now, back then, was that Camacho, the pre-embargo.
Uh,
You know, like a half a leaf from the 1960s. You know, so I mean, at that point, it was a good cigar, but like, how much could that affect the blend? You know what I'm saying? No,
so I'm
you know,
looking to get Cuban binder and filler, and then Sacco could put whatever wrapper he wants on it. Maybe a Connecticut wrapper.
yeah, I think you should do like Connecticut, maybe like a 3 pack, like three different. You know what I'm saying? Though, like just the same binder and filler, Cuban, but just kind of see,
Yeah.
you
A
know,
little sampler.
yeah. You said Siglo, Saclo, Sample. Say that.
Wow, there you go.
That would be fucking
So,
wild.
guy
So,
said he's going to get back to me. He said he can get the tobacco, but the issue obviously is getting it into the states.
well, if you make a dress out of Cuban tobacco and wear it, you could just. I don't know if it's gonna pass when you sit down, sitting on the. Yeah. I mean, right here it's a medium full, but the finish is not as heavy or as long. I gotta say, like, it's not bad in this size, but it's better in the small size. Like, it's a comfortable. It's more of a comfortable, kind of relaxing vibe in this size. I liked it better in the small size. So not a bad cigar at all. It's gonna get a 4.3 as a review in the Toro. All I'm saying is, if you like the Toro, try it in the smaller size. I forget what it was. I think it was 4.5 by 50. I think that was a more impressive way to push the cigar. If that makes any sense. Sometimes with cigars, once you go bigger, it almost not washes it out, but it makes it too quiet. You know.
Yeah.
And some cigars like AJ Fernandez, it doesn't matter the size; it's going to be strong no matter what. So, what's your favorite AJ?
I don't have a lot of experience with AJ Fernandez. My favorite one is
El Rey del Mundo.
yeah, El Rey del Mundo. Yeah.
They made a new one of those, but no one's talking about it. They made us like I think it's a skinny, small Connecticut El Rey del Mundo, and I haven't heard. It's like a special edition, and like it was AJ, so I'm like AJ's fucking with his brand again. So I'm sure I'd like to try at least one. But,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Yeah. I think you would like that diesel, that new one, the vintage.
I never smoked a diesel.
It's such a widespread brand, but of the newer stuff under General or under Forge, their price points are higher than like your online versions, so they're much better. You get a better quality cigar. Try the Grappa, try the vintage, the new vintage. Um, Dude, the new vintage literally tasted like a mid-tier Padron 64. It tasted like if you could get a Padron 64, be like, could you make it for like $6, $7 cheaper? It's gonna have some cost cutting and not be as good, but still a similar profile, and like you're gonna be happy for like a $9, $10 64. I don't know what I'm saying. So it felt like kind of like that, and it was great. I really enjoyed that cigar, the vintage. I think you
I
can get
want
it.
to. I want to try the Diablo, the Punch Diablo. I've never had that cigar. I'd like to try that.
What
That
size?
sounds interesting. I don't know. What do you recommend? Which one was the strongest?
Well, there's two ways of looking at that. They're all going to be strong. I'd rather go more flavor than the gigantic 6 by 66. That's not going to be as strong, but by the end of it, absorb more nicotine. Fucked up for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
6x66.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's too. Oh my god! You look. Yeah. Uh, there's one that's like a champion size. It looks like a bowling ball pin. Punch makes like a champion size. You ever see a punch champion?
No.
It literally looks like a ball. Picture like it's like skinny and round, and it slowly becomes fatter, and then it comes. Looks like a bowling pin. It's called a champion. It almost looks like a Fuente size. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
just look up, go online. I'll send you a picture. You said you don't really watch movies, but I'll send you the picture later. I would try, yeah, the scamp. There you go. Thank you, Dreamline. Scamp.
Scamp.
That's the name. That's the name of the size they call it. Yeah, that's my favorite size of that. Because you know why? It is kind of a weird, strong, like fermented, strange, sour fruit. I'm like pungent. Like picture like if you're having like good but cheap wine. You're like, oh fuck, give me another glass. You know, it's a weird. It's a weird vibe. Like the Diablo is not like a normal cigar. It's not like AJ Fernandez, normal AJ Fernandez. Like, oh, just black pepper and dark earth. It's it's odd, but and it will fuck you up. But I like it though. It's still the test of time. They sell a lot of dude. You know how big Punch on the general side is? Every cigar shop in America has Punch. Every cigar shop. You know what I'm saying? They sell Punch.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, whether you like them or not, I mean, someone's fucking buying them.
Have you had the Punch Cuban?
That is the one I had.
Yeah. So maybe that's definitely one you gotta try. So that we'll put that on the list.
One day we should talk about that, or maybe on your channel, even though I can just be there in audio, about Cuban and non-Cuban effect. Meaning, how come certain brands are more popular on the non-Cuban side, but on the Cuban side, they don't make that money punch. You know what I'm saying, though? Or the same thing. La Gloria here is huge, and they don't really make a lot of La Gloria. But Monte Cristo is equal. Both Cuban and non-Cuban are popular, and there's a lot of Monte Cristo easy to get. Cohiba, obviously, both popular massively. Romeo, both popular, the Cuban and non-Cuban. And what I mean by popular is available. I'm not talking about some rare model, but you know what I'm saying? Though, like, um, uh, yeah, it's amazing how it doesn't always translate. Apartagus definitely more popular, right? Uh,
Yeah, they have like a weird branding system. Like they call there's like 6 global brands that are designated for like the entire world. Then there's like a bunch of local brands, and then some other like they have like a weird tier system with the Cubans.
Even like Trinidad people on the Cuban side give a shit. Trinidad on the non-Cuban side, they don't give a shit. I mean, they were
Oh
pretty.
yeah,
I'll tell you what, the Trinidad's that they were made under Altaitas. I think AJ fucked with them. I think he made them real strong. I thought they were pretty good. They were real strong. I don't see them anywhere. And also, nobody gives a shit about non-Cuban Trinidad, but people really care about Cuban Trinidad. So it's weird how like there's no equal on either side as far as the world speaks. Or let's just about how Americans care. Because for example, like you smoke party, there's Cuban and non-Cuban, and you like Trinidad on the Cuban side, right?
yeah.
But you don't even give a shit about non-Cuban Trinidad. So it's amazing how like these things just happen like that. I don't know why.
Well, Trinidad Cuban side has the ties back to Castro that legend had it that that's supposedly the cigar he smoked and that he gave out to special guests,
Diplomat.
a diplomat cigar. It was designated as that. And actually, they just made Trinidad a luxury brand along with Cohiba. So now the price of Cuban Trinidad is outrageous.
Yeah.
You know, so
Interesting.
that's not a cigar I'll be smoking really. In the near future, it's just ridiculous the pricing.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
But then let's talk about some equality on both sides. Romeo here is more of like a mid-tier brand. On the Romeo on the Cuban side is more. It's not considered a high-end Romeo, right? Unless you go to like a regional.
Yeah, right. It's just like it's a regular brand pretty much, but unless you go to the regionals, and they've been releasing a lot of special edition Romeos. It's just it's just an old brand that has such a following. You know, it's just such an old name. You know, it's right there with Partagas, Monte Cristo. You know,
I like Cuban Romeos because I've had probably the most on the Cuban side is Romeos because whether the guy that's what he had, or every time my brother or Johnny Stash went to Canada, from New York, you gotta bring back the easiest and the cheapest one. Hey, I brought you back a Romeo from.
yeah.
I was happy. Thanks a lot. I had a good time. So I smoked. I don't know. I have a good time with Cuban Romeos. I mean, maybe call me basic, but I enjoy them.
They always said, oh, you know, they don't make this cigar anymore. They don't make this Vitola anymore because they don't sell. But now everything sells. They can't even keep these things in stock. So there's nothing stopping them. But how many just how many cigars can they make? You know.
Yeah, I don't know. So what's so you don't have a brand, a Cuban brand you hate them, but you have what's your least used brand? Is it a Caros or
There's a bunch of low tier brands that I like. Uh, Short filler, that like Piedra, um, that aren't that great, but they're really good for the money. But there's no, like I said, there's no. They're all pretty much an equal footing, just with your preferences and then finding a size you like because you can't get every Cuban in every size. So it's going to be specific to that also. You know,
that's another fact. So there's no quorum of the Cuban side.
no, no, definitely not.
And I wonder why. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they could make a terrible cigar, but I guess they're not making a $2 cigar.
It's because the tobacco is just so good that they can't even make a bad cigar if they wanted to.
Dude. I mean, if La Casa del Habana started selling $2.50 cigars, I'm sure they would suck. But they'd probably sell out like hotcakes. They'd be gouged.
They have the Guantanamera. That's the cheapest Cuban cigar you can buy, and it comes like in a glass tube, and they're like $2 smokes. Short
Really?
filler. Yeah, they're cheap
Is
as could be.
is
They're
it something?
okay. They're okay.
Do you think we'll ever see AJ Fernandez on the Cuban side?
No,
I mean, it could happen.
no.
I mean, he is Cuban, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But then again, maybe they're mad for him leaving. I guess who knows?
Yeah, I'm sure they are, but there's no going back for him. No way.
And once you escape Cuba, right? I mean, how's that work? You can't go back, right?
I think if you escape, yeah, if you escape, I don't think I think you're going right to the fucking to prison when you get when you get back. Maybe he can go back and roll cigars for free
Yeah, for free.
with a gun at the back of his head.
But then maybe he'll make stronger Cubans. He's like, listen, do you think that's why Fernandez makes strong cigars? Because Cuba's not known for strong. So maybe that was his dream to make stronger cigars. I'm not saying
Yeah,
better.
it's just all the shitty tobacco he has to work with.
Man, you were making me laugh tonight, man. You're a funny guy, man. You have some good humor, man. I mean, it's right under the surface, but you're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. That was pretty funny yesterday. You put me in the dome, huh?
He said something really nasty. I forgot. I don't remember what it was, but or you attacked somebody else. Maybe I don't know what it was. It was scary because when I did it, it said Richie whatever is banned, and his comments. I'm like, oh no, banned. I was just like forever. How do I fix this? I was panicking. I was like, oh shit, what I do?
Well, that's why we're here. We're having a sit down, right?
Yeah,
Dude, honestly, man, it's just a show, man. It's. I think the way we use the wrench on this show, it makes sense. It makes it more fun, and it makes the guys more involved. It also makes the guys like your pit bull, like, hey, protect the show. You know what I'm saying? Because there's times we get like, And I'm sure, give it time in your show, you can eventually, when you get enough people on, you're gonna get hecklers. You know what I'm saying? No, and it
Yeah.
kind of fun. The hecklers are fun, man. Like, I mean, some weirdos. I mean, we got guys I know that they're probably serial killers. Who was that one guy from? Wasn't Switzerland? It was one of those European countries. We were talking about guns, whatever. He's like, yeah, we can't have guns in my country, but I have a lot of guns in my shed and a lot of axes and machetes. And let's just say I use them. And we're all like, what? Like, and he kept on going on. He's like, yeah, a lot of, yeah, I'm in the woods right now. I'm like, what? He just, that guy really, like, you could tell he was European the way he was talking. Like, it wasn't like totally proper English. I don't know, but it was just, Richie was just like, oh, yeah, great, bro. Enjoy the show. Like, like
You
this guy.
never know what weirdo's gonna pop up, right? You really never know.
Gotta figure more than one serial killer had to watch my show. It has, right? I mean, what? There hasn't been a serial killer yet that we know that likes cigars. What if smoking cigars makes you not a serial killer? Because you're like, I don't want to go to jail. There's no cigars in prison.
Some guy probably has you on one of those like walls, with all the pictures, like with the lines drawn and all that stuff with the pins and the strings.
He's taking pictures of me from like over there, like across the street.
Yeah,
Like, I'm saying no. But,
you're one bad review away from the end.
exactly. Yeah, he went in the dumpster and he found Ash God. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, dude. I don't know, man. That would be, yeah, yeah, that would be crazy. Like, yeah, I don't know about that. See what happens.
Listen, I gotta go, Richie.
Hey,
It's very late here, and I have a show to get ready for on Monday. And you know, I gotta prep for that.
yeah, I
You
gotta.
know,
Somebody's gold tonight, man. Why don't you go watch a nice fucking movie?
yeah, I'm gonna go. Definitely not watch a movie. That's about it. The kids will be jumping on my balls in like
Wake you
6 hours.
like wake the fuck up. Then it's like kick you. They're wearing steel toe boots. Just kick you in the balls. Like, wake the
Make
fuck
me French, make me French toast. Let's go.
up. Woke up. Richie's sleeping there with like, you know, with the Glock. And he's just like sleeping. Listen, we have different lives. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like, but we all like cigars. And I know you love non-Cuban cigars the most. That touches my heart. So you have a good night, bro.
Hey, thanks for having me on. It's great to talk to you, buddy.
You say
Good night, everybody.
respect, and that's the end of the show tonight. I'm gonna finish my cigar by myself. I'm gonna listen to Bob Dylan and relax. And so it was better in the smaller size. It was good at 4.2, but it was just more pronounced in the blend is not conducive to the open side. Once you go bigger, you quiet down the blend. It's a good cigar as is, but in the smaller size of this, it was more robust. It pronounced everything more. That's it. We're done. Stay fresh.